Chapter 1. The Nature of Human Warfare. Admiral Talon stood in front of the large projected screen, meticulously flipping through a series of images. Each picture was a stark reminder of the formidable and often excessive nature of human warfare. The first image he displayed was from the Battle of Yavin 5, a conflict humans referred to as a light bombardment. The screen behind him depicted 5 colossal battlecruisers hovering ominously in orbit, their weapons simultaneously unleashing a torrent of orbital artillery upon the terrorist stronghold known as the Keep. Over 2 megatons of ordnance rained down on a 50-square-mile area, transforming it into a wasteland of smoldering ruins. Admiral Talon paused, allowing the weight of the image to settle over the audience. The room was filled with officers, diplomats, and analysts from various species, all of whom had gathered to understand the enigma of human military doctrine. Talon resumed, his voice steady and deliberate. When the severity of their methods was questioned, human ambassadors responded with puzzled expressions, he recounted. "That's just the nature of orbital fire support," they stated, as if it were the most obvious thing in the universe. Talon then displayed a screenshot of a human news website. The bombardment, so trivial in their eyes, was relegated to a mere footnote in an article titled, "Human Volunteers Aid in Peacekeeping Operations." The contrast was jarring. What was a cataclysmic event to the rest of the galaxy was a routine operation for humans. For those who were not alive a century ago, Talon provided context. The Keepers of the Sacred Word were at that time the galaxy's most dangerous terrorist cell, instilling fear and chaos wherever they went. Their influence spanned multiple star systems, and their acts of terror were both brutal and highly effective. Yet to the humans, they were merely a nuisance to be swiftly eradicated. Talon advanced to another image, one of the most infamous in galactic history. It showed a human soldier, relaxed and seemingly indifferent, leaning against a tree amidst the ruins of New Conte. The city, once a bustling hub of activity, was now a smoldering wasteland. Above the decimated city, a small armada of frigates fired relentlessly at any sign of movement, ensuring no trace of resistance remained. Despite the widespread devastation, the soldier in the image appeared entirely unperturbed. Her rifle was casually slung over her shoulder as she surveyed the destruction. Reports later indicated that this lone soldier had killed 57 enemy combatants single-handedly before being evacuated. Shortly after the photo was taken, New Conte and everything within a 200-mile radius was turned to glass by nuclear warheads, leaving no chance for the terrorists to regroup. The audience was silent, absorbing the magnitude of the events described. Talon knew that understanding human warfare required a shift in perspective. Their methods, while seemingly extreme, were rooted in a pragmatism that often eluded other species. To the humans, the complete and utter destruction of a threat was a logical and necessary step in ensuring long-term security. Chapter 2. The Trial and the Aftermath. The screen changed to a courtroom scene, showing the Galactic Council's attempt to try the humans for war crimes. The proceedings, however, were short-lived. The human lawyer, a calm and composed figure, deftly pointed out 2 critical facts that immediately led to the trial's dismissal. First, the Galactic Council had explicitly requested human intervention to deal with the Kantian issue. Second, the terrorists had released several deadly viruses from New Conte's biological research facility in a desperate bid to drive off human forces. Talon narrated the events with precision. Faced with the choice of losing a city or risking an entire planet, humanity chose the former, he said. The logic was irrefutable. The potential for a planet-wide pandemic necessitated extreme measures. The humans acted decisively, as they always do. Admiral Talon paused, taking a long, deliberate drink of water before continuing. "I'd like to remind you that humans glassed New Conte as a concession. Initially, they planned to glass the entire continent and quarantine every system within a 15-light-year radius to prevent the spread of the Kantian diseases. Not even that plan was considered overkill by human command." A murmur of disbelief rippled through the audience. One young officer, visibly shaken, raised her hand. "If a 15-light-year quarantine wasn't considered overkill," she began, her voice trembling, "what was?" Talon chuckled softly, changing the slide. "If only we knew," he replied, as the room fell into stunned silence. A 100-light-year quarantine was proposed as a reasonable course of action. The officers in the room exchanged worried glances, the gravity of Talon's words sinking in. This exchange served as a warning to the galaxy, he continued. Humanity considers extreme actions perfectly sane and reasonable. Because of this, we increased our surveillance on human projects significantly over the years, decades, and now centuries. Talon detailed the measures taken by various species to monitor human activities. Advanced espionage, covert surveillance, and intelligence gathering were ramped up to unprecedented levels. Despite these efforts, the true extent of human capabilities remained elusive, shrouded in mystery and conjecture. The courtroom scene shifted to another image, this time of a human warship in action. The ship, bristling with advanced weaponry, engaged in a skirmish with pirate vessels. The efficiency and brutality of the engagement were remarkable. In mere moments, the pirate fleet was reduced to debris, a testament to the overwhelming firepower at humanity's disposal. Talon emphasized the point. Humanity's approach to warfare is not just about firepower, it is about precision, efficiency, and a willingness to go to any lengths to achieve their objectives. Their legal defense in the trial was a masterclass in pragmatism, underscoring their belief that their actions were justified and necessary. The audience, now fully engrossed, began to grasp the complexity of human warfare. It was not just about the scale of their operations, but the underlying philosophy that guided their actions. A philosophy that prioritized results over conventional morality, a doctrine that saw the eradication of threats as a moral imperative. Chapter 3. The Nature of the Beast. What we've discovered is both insane and revealing, Talon said, his tone grave. The screen behind him shifted to a series of rapid-fire images. Diplomats shaking hands, massive engineering projects, formidable battle fleets, corporate logos, government insignia, and clandestine backroom deals. The sheer scope and scale of human activities were staggering. What you are about to see is highly classified. Anyone leaking this information will face court-martial and possibly execution. But it's critical to understand the nature of the beast that is humanity. The images transitioned to a video, darkening the hall. Subtitles explained the scene. A vast grouping of human military assets assembled near an unusually large hypergate. The camera zoomed in as the hypergate activated, drawing energy from a nearby star. The officers watching the video were visibly stunned. "The gate is connected to a galaxy," one officer exclaimed. "It's not the Great Band Galaxy." The realization was chilling. Admiral Talon continued, "Humanity has always been alien in action, belief, and capability. Now we know they are truly alien in origin. Further intelligence reveals that humanity is an intergalactic force of nature, controlling at least 27 galaxies and having a presence in over 1,722 galaxies. Some estimates place their influence in over 10,000 galaxies." The images on the screen became even more surreal. Galaxy-spanning megastructures, immense battle fleets, colossal corporations, influential politicians, and renowned scientists. The scale of human power was overwhelming. "We are dealing with a Type 3 civilization. To them, 100-fold is nothing. 1,000,000 stars are a drop in the bucket. A 100-light-year quarantine is just business as usual." The officers in the room struggled to comprehend the magnitude of Talon's revelations. The concept of a Type 3 civilization, one capable of harnessing the energy of entire galaxies, was beyond their understanding. Humanity's reach extended far beyond the confines of their home galaxy, encompassing a vast network of interstellar and intergalactic influence. Talon elaborated on the implications. Humanity's technological advancements are not just superior, they are transcendent. Their ability to manipulate hypergates, harness stellar energy, and deploy weapons of unparalleled destruction sets them apart from any known species. Their influence is felt across countless star systems, and their actions resonate throughout the cosmos. The video continued, showing the hypergate in action. The gate pulsed with energy, creating a wormhole that connected to a distant galaxy. Human warships, numbering in the thousands, began to move through the gate, their engines glowing with a blue-white light. The sheer scale of the operation was awe-inspiring, a testament to humanity's logistical prowess and strategic vision. Talon pointed to the screen. "This is not just a display of power, it is a demonstration of intent. Humanity is not content with mere survival or dominance. They seek to expand, explore, and exert their influence on a galactic and intergalactic scale. Their ambitions are boundless, and their methods are as relentless as they are effective. The audience, now fully captivated, began to understand the true nature of humanity. They were not just another species vying for power. They were a force of nature, driven by an insatiable desire for progress and control. Their actions, while often extreme, were rooted in a deep-seated belief in their own superiority and destiny. Chapter 4. Humanity's True Reach. The screen displayed the Great Rift of Althor, a cataclysmic event that had occurred just 10 years prior. The rift had swallowed an entire star cluster, and it had taken the combined efforts of 157 species, including humans, to halt the spread of lethal radiation that threatened to devastate a region of 15,000 stars. Admiral Talon narrated the events leading up to the rift's containment. The Great Rift opened, consuming everything in its path. The radiation it emitted was deadly, and it spread rapidly, threatening to engulf entire star systems. It was a crisis of unprecedented scale, and it required an unprecedented response. The next image sent the room into an uproar. It showed a human hypergate channeling energy from a quasar, an active supermassive black hole. The gate focused the energy into a beam of pure annihilation, a hyperweapon of unimaginable power. "This is what humans consider overkill," Talon said, his voice barely audible over the gasps of disbelief. "This is the last picture received from Althor before the rift consumed it." The room erupted in chaos. Officers shouted in outrage, disbelief, and fear. "Why would the humans do this?" one demanded. "We considered them allies. How could they be capable of such destruction?" Talon raised his hand, calling for order. "Silence," he commanded. "Let me explain. Within the Althor sector was a plague, a disease so virulent that it decimated entire planets in days. The Council monitored the situation, but the spread was relentless. In the final 10 days before the rift's opening, 273 planets went dark. The humans saw the problem and acted. They feared the disease as much as we did. We begged them for help, and that was their response." The image on the screen showed a disfigured being, writhing in agony. "The Scourge," Talon said, his voice heavy with sorrow. "A disease that humanity has encountered in other galaxies. It is the only thing known to make a human admiral queasy. The hyperweapon was their last resort, a desperate measure to contain a threat that could have wiped out countless lives." The officers fell into a stunned silence, grappling with the enormity of the revelation. The hyperweapon was not just a display of power, it was a testament to humanity's willingness to take drastic measures to protect the greater good. Their actions, while seemingly ruthless, were driven by a deep-seated sense of responsibility and pragmatism. Talon surveyed the room, his gaze steady and unyielding. "What you must understand is this: humanity's actions, while extreme, are always guided by a logic and pragmatism that we must respect. They see the bigger picture, and they are willing to make sacrifices that others would balk at. Their methods may seem excessive, but they are often the only viable solution to the challenges they face." The audience, now fully aware of the complexity of human decision-making, began to see the humans in a new light. They were not just conquerors or destroyers, they were problem-solvers, willing to go to any lengths to ensure the survival and prosperity of their species and allies. Before proceeding, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Chapter 5. The Unfathomable Scale. The images on the screen shifted to a series of maps, showing the extent of human influence across multiple galaxies. "Humanity's reach is vast," Talon continued. "They control entire star clusters, manipulate the energy of quasars, and deploy fleets that number in the tens of thousands. Their technological prowess is unmatched, and their ability to coordinate large-scale operations is unparalleled." The officers watched in awe as the maps displayed the interconnected network of human colonies, research facilities, and military bases. They are not just a galactic power, they are an intergalactic force of nature. Their influence extends to every corner of the known universe, and their ambitions are boundless. Talon pointed to a map showing the Great Rift of Althor and the surrounding star systems. This event serves as a stark reminder of humanity's capabilities. When faced with a threat of unimaginable scale, they responded with a solution that was equally monumental. The hyperweapon they deployed was not just a tool of destruction. It was a testament to their ability to harness and control the most powerful forces in the universe. The audience, now fully aware of the implications, began to understand the true scale of human power. Their technological advancements were not just superior, they were transcendent, pushing the boundaries of what was possible and redefining the limits of galactic civilization. Talon concluded with a final thought. In the face of such power, our best course of action is to ensure we remain in humanity's good graces. Diplomatic relations must be maintained with the utmost care, and any conflicts must be approached with the understanding that humanity will escalate to levels we cannot match. Their actions may seem extreme, but they are driven by a logic and pragmatism that often eludes us. With that, Admiral Talon dismissed the room, leaving the officers to ponder the enormity of the revelations. The briefing had made one thing abundantly clear. In a galaxy where humanity holds unparalleled power, survival would depend on understanding and navigating the intricate and often perilous relationship with this formidable species. Chapter 6. Humanity's Diplomatic Strategies. Admiral Talon stood before the gathered audience, ready to delve deeper into the complexities of humanity's diplomatic maneuvers. The room was filled with an air of anticipation as he began. While their military might is unparalleled, it is crucial to understand that humanity's true power lies in their strategic diplomacy, he started, pointing to the screen where an image of a bustling diplomatic summit was displayed. The image showed human diplomats engaging in negotiations with representatives from dozens of species. The humans were poised, articulate, and exuded an air of confidence. Human diplomats are masters of negotiation, Talon explained. They possess an innate ability to read their counterparts, understanding their motivations, fears, and desires. This allows them to craft deals that are not only beneficial to them, but also appealing to their partners. The screen transitioned to a video clip of a particularly tense negotiation. A human diplomat, calm and composed, was mediating a conflict between two rival species. The tension in the room was palpable, but the human diplomat's presence was soothing. Through careful words and strategic concessions, the diplomat managed to broker a peace agreement that both sides found acceptable. Talon continued, "This is a prime example of humanity's diplomatic prowess. They have a unique ability to diffuse volatile situations and turn potential adversaries into allies. This skill is not just limited to peaceful negotiations. It extends to their ability to manipulate and influence outcomes in their favor." The next image showed a high-level meeting between human corporate executives and political leaders from various species. Human corporations are deeply intertwined with their diplomatic efforts, Talon explained. Their economic influence is vast, and they use it to secure favorable terms in trade agreements and alliances. Their corporations are not just business entities, they are extensions of their strategic interests. The officers in the room were now fully engrossed in the presentation. Talon emphasized, humanity's diplomatic strategies are multifaceted. They leverage their technological advancements, economic power, and military might to create a web of alliances and partnerships that span the galaxy. Their influence is felt in every corner, and their ability to navigate the complex landscape of galactic politics is unmatched. As the screen displayed a series of successful human diplomatic missions, Talon concluded, "It is imperative that we study and understand humanity's approach to diplomacy. Their ability to build and maintain relationships is a cornerstone of their power. By learning from their strategies, we can better navigate our interactions with them and ensure our own survival and prosperity." Chapter 7. The Technological Edge. The lights dimmed again as Admiral Talon prepared to reveal another facet of humanity's dominance, their technological superiority. The screen behind him lit up with images of advanced human technology, from sleek starships to sophisticated AI systems. Humanity's technological advancements are not just a result of their intellect, Talon began. They stem from a relentless pursuit of innovation and a willingness to push the boundaries of what is possible. The first image was of a human research facility, a sprawling complex teeming with activity. Scientists and engineers worked tirelessly, surrounded by cutting-edge equipment and state-of-the-art laboratories. Human research facilities are unparalleled in their scope and scale, Talon explained. Their scientists are driven by an insatiable curiosity and a desire to explore the unknown. This has led to breakthroughs that have revolutionized not just their own society, but the entire galaxy. The screen shifted to a series of diagrams detailing human starship technology. Their starships are marvels of engineering, Talon continued. They incorporate advanced propulsion systems, sophisticated weapons, and near-impenetrable defenses. These ships are designed to operate in the harshest environments, from deep space to the atmospheres of hostile planets. The next image showcased human AI and robotics. Advanced humanoid robots interacted seamlessly with humans and aliens alike, performing tasks with precision and efficiency. Humanity's advancements in AI are equally impressive, Talon noted. Their artificial intelligences are not just tools, they are partners in their endeavors. These AIs possess a level of sophistication and autonomy that allows them to contribute significantly to human efforts in exploration, defense, and everyday life. A video clip followed, showing a human fleet in action. The ships moved with coordination and precision, their AI systems working in perfect harmony with human operators. This level of integration is a testament to their technological prowess, Talon explained. Their AI systems enhance their capabilities, allowing them to respond to threats and challenges with unmatched speed and efficiency. The audience watched in awe as the video continued, showcasing the seamless interplay between human and AI forces. It is this synergy between human ingenuity and artificial intelligence that gives them a significant edge, Talon emphasized. Their ability to innovate and adapt is unparalleled, making them a formidable force in any conflict. The final image showed a series of human technological projects, from terraforming efforts to energy harvesting from stars. Humanity's ambitions extend far beyond military applications, Talon concluded. They are pioneers in fields such as terraforming, energy production, and space exploration. Their technological advancements are driven by a vision of a future where they are not just survivors, but masters of their destiny. Chapter 8. The Ethical Dilemma. Admiral Talon paused, taking a moment to gauge the room before delving into a more controversial aspect of humanity's nature. While their technological and diplomatic prowess is undeniable, it is essential to address the ethical implications of their actions, he began, his tone measured. Humanity's approach to problem-solving often raises significant moral questions. The screen displayed a series of images depicting the aftermath of human interventions. Cities reduced to rubble, entire ecosystems altered, and societies transformed beyond recognition. The consequences of their actions are profound, Talon continued. While they achieve their objectives, the collateral damage is often immense. This raises the question, at what cost does humanity secure its victories? The next image showed a human scientist in a lab, conducting experiments on alien flora and fauna. Their pursuit of knowledge is relentless, Talon explained. They often engage in experimentation that other species would deem unethical. Their willingness to push ethical boundaries is a double-edged sword, driving their advancements, but also leading to significant controversies. A video clip followed, showing a human colony on a distant planet. The colony was thriving, but the native species had been displaced and marginalized. Human colonization efforts often result in the displacement of indigenous populations, Talon noted. While they bring technological and economic benefits, they also disrupt existing ecosystems and societies. This has led to tensions and conflicts with native species. The officers in the room shifted uneasily, the moral implications of humanity's actions weighing heavily on their minds. Talon continued, "It is important to recognize that humanity's ethical framework differs significantly from ours. They prioritize results and efficiency, often at the expense of conventional morality. This can lead to actions that seem ruthless and cold-hearted." The screen displayed a series of human laws and regulations, highlighting their complex legal system. Humanity's legal and ethical codes are designed to support their pragmatic approach, Talon explained. They have a sophisticated system of checks and balances, but it is geared towards achieving their strategic goals. This often puts them at odds with other species who have different ethical standards. The final image showed a human court ruling in favor of a controversial scientific project. Their judiciary is aligned with their broader objectives, Talon concluded. They prioritize innovation and progress, even when it involves ethical compromises. This can be challenging for other species to understand and accept. As the lights brightened, Talon addressed the room with a final thought. It is crucial to approach our interactions with humanity with a nuanced understanding of their ethical framework. While their actions may seem extreme, they are driven by a logic that prioritizes survival and advancement. To navigate this complex relationship, we must be prepared to engage with them on their terms, understanding the rationale behind their decisions. The officers left the briefing with a deeper understanding of the multifaceted nature of humanity. They now realized that dealing with humans required not only strategic thinking, but also a willingness to grapple with challenging ethical questions. The future of interspecies relations would depend on finding a delicate balance between cooperation and caution, ensuring that the galaxy could thrive in the shadow of humanity's formidable presence. If you enjoy this video, then don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell.